Hello and welcome to Subnautica Below Zero. Well, the plan today is to head over to Phi Robotics. It's a case of we went over to Delta Station, and while we're over there, well, we found this map, so we've got a copy of it. And what Robin mentioned was, well, Sam actually was working over in Phi Robotics, so that's kind of like what grabbed me more than anything. So that's the plan. We're going to head over to there. Now, we have picked up a distress signal in the area, and it is actually a crucial part of the game. But my plan is I'm just going to throw that whole idea right out the window, and I'm just going to head straight to Phi Robotics. I'm going to ignore this distress signal, and I'm just going to play along with the rest of the game, just out of sheer curiosity to see what happens. Because, well, I've already played it in early access mode, and I'm just curious because I don't know whether it was like some log or something. Yeah, there was this. This came through pretty early on in the game when we started, where this kind of like popped up and it said, you know, press tab to more or less play it. And I ignored that part because I was busy trying to explain other things. Now, at some point, even though I hadn't actually played this, even though I hadn't read this, what I found was interesting was that Robin actually referenced back to it. She actually commented on Lillian. And as far as I was aware, that's the first we'd ever heard of Lillian, so I don't know what was going on there. So I'm just out of sheer curiosity, I want to see what's going to happen if we just ignore this distress signal and just head over to Phi Robotics. Because when we were over at Delta Station, it was a case of, well, that was one of the crucial things that Robin mentioned. She said that Sam had worked over at Phi Robotics. She didn't mention anything about Outpost Zero. Emmanuel did, and so did Lillian. So I'm just, I think that seems pretty important to head over there. And there's supposed to be something going on there. If I want to find out what happened to Sam, it's best to go where she actually worked. So there's Delta Station over there. According to the map, we should be heading in a sort of like a westerly direction. Now, I know somewhere in my travels I did pick up what was a big conduit that was heading over to Phi Robotics, because I mean I have played this. I mean at the moment we're playing in hardcore mode, so it's permadeath. If I die, that's it. It's the end of the game. I can't save it. The only time the game gets saved is when I exit, and then it's a case of, yeah, I can't like roll back to a previous save or anything. That's it. Once I'm playing this game, as far as I'm aware, that's the end. It takes the actual save game away, so it only saves after you exit. So yeah, even if the game crashes, I think I'm stuck, because it's a case of I don't think there is a save on the actual computer. Right, well there's Delta Station, so we're still heading in a kind of a westerly direction. So fortunately I know what to kind of expect. There we go, that's what we're looking for, these things here. Now, I remember in the earlier sort of like access playthrough, these things, they were kind of very much interested in your sea truck and they destroyed it. Later on when I was playing this, one of the more recent patches, they didn't seem overly concerned, but yeah, they ended up actually destroying my sea truck. So one thing I'm definitely doing is staying clear of these. They're all over the place, these things. Absolutely all over the place. So just out of curiosity, because they're quite far in compared to what I'm used to. But they're all over the place. So I know when I first came over here, you know, when this area was first introduced and all these things suddenly popped up, I just came in by myself. Like, no, I don't like that. I didn't want to go anywhere near we're south now, that's not good. I didn't want to go anywhere near these things. So there is, that's the pilot. Where's Delta Station? So we're probably heading a bit north from where we should do, but if I head to the surface, it might give me some idea. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to tell. Let's head over in this direction over here, because all we've got to go by is the map, and it just says it's west of Delta Station. So
Hollow chamber in iceberg interior detected.
So there's a bit of a clue. So it's a case of trying to find somewhere to park my sea truck, because these are just sheer cliffs. So it's a case of, yeah, I need somewhere to park my sea truck, but I want to be well clear of those giant squid things. So there must be something around. Ah, there you go. That looks familiar. Except you've got all of these big blooming squid things. Let's just see if that's where I think it is, or is it a sheer cliff again? Ah, there you go. So there you go. So we found what is basically sort of like a landing area. It's not the landing area, but there's Delta Station. So we are slightly south of east. So it's pretty easy enough to find. It's just that, yeah, given that I have actually lost a sea truck in the past, I'm not going to leave it here. Now the only trouble is this place is extremely cold. It is very, very cold. And I'm at risk of freezing to death once I get out there. So I'm going to leave the sea truck about here. Then we're going to get out there. And then we'll just head in this general direction. Oh wow, my water level hasn't half gone down. So unfortunately I do know where to go, to be honest. So it's a case of I'm going to head up to here, onto this landing point here. That always looks a bit strange. Right, oh, it's chilly. Temperature's dropping seriously. So there's a, looks like some sort of like radio antenna over there. But my only concern is the temperature. We're not kitted out for this. I mean, we came down here with what seems to be some sort of like
All
scuba.
Terra facility beacon detected nearby. Unique identifier. Phi Robotics Center.
Yeah, so she says she's actually picked a place up. Now, fortunately, once I get into this cave, we're okay. It's not as bad. So I'm just going to head back out because I'll have a look and see what is actually over there. I mean, a lot of the clues you get from Altera stations is you've got these little lights. So you usually just follow where those lights are and you know there's something to do with Altera around there. But I want to have a bit of a peek around here and see if there's anything of interest. Probably food or a battery or something. Oh, food. Nope, nothing there. What about down here? Oh wow, she's seriously losing heat. Right, so we're going to make a mad dash again. Oh, crikey, we're down to 55. So yeah, I mean, I'm playing on hardcore, so it's like permadeath now. So it's pretty easy to find. I mean, once you find that little landing point there, just go as far as you can go, and then you more or less just double back on yourself, because you can see there's our sea truck over there. Right, so we're into a cave, and the PDA picked up some signal for an Altera facility. So there actually is the Phi Robotics place over there. Now, I'm going to scan this because it's a fevered pepper tree. Doesn't sound good, but this is useful because these things, well, I'll be able to grow these myself, and they'll come in and useful a lot more than they are already. I mean, at the moment they'll give you like 34 body heat, they give you some food, and they give you some water, so they're good. So if you're out and about, it kind of like pays to keep these on your person, just for the sake of being able to heat yourself up. Now, stalagmites. I mean, the good thing I like about this place is it's actually a solid ground, and it's a case of you can actually build on solid ground. So it makes a big difference from like the original Subnautica, where it was all pretty much underwater. This is like, you know, you've got areas where you can build underground as well as, well, above ground, I should say, as well as below the sea. Now, this is useful because we'll be able to get the blueprint for the Pathfinder tool. And there are places where we'll go where that is extremely useful. So, and you probably saw it, you had these little markers. So they're really good because you can just literally place little markers down, and you can basically find your way back from, you know, wherever you came in. So that's extremely useful. Oh, a marmaled an enemy. Oh, what was that? Oh, picking up snow. Okay. Alright, so we'll just keep heading along in this cave. We should come out to where Phi Robotics actually is. Yes, there's the beacon, and there's what's left of Phi Robotics over there. Because from what I picked up from a manual, they actually closed this place down, and I suspect that's to do with what Fred had found. If you ever watched the trailer. But now these are useful because we can actually get heated up from these steam vents as well. And that's a frost vase plant. So I'm going to pick that up. Pick up a snow. Why not? Right, if we head over to here, we've got some water. Okay. Anything over here? Nope. Ooh, a spy pengling fragment. Woohoo! Oh, and a PDA.
New technology acquired.
Okay. Oh, so this is actually a log entry that's been left behind by Sam. So it's saying like they can actually they're good for exploring tight little spaces, but they can also pick things up. So potentially, if you build a spy penguin, just trying to see if I can crouch, but if you build a spy penguin, you can potentially send it into like little pockets, like cave areas like that. Right. So anything over here? Just mindful of the temperatures because the temperatures are seriously dropping. Oh, wow, blizzards! This is not helping me one little bit here. I'm going to make a mad dash for this place. Because once we get inside, we'll be fine. I mean, you can head for the vents.
Phi Robotics. This is where Sam worked.
Yeah, so you can head for things like the vents, or you can eat these. So these will boost your body heat, because that's what this little gauge is showing us now. It's flipping between your O2 level when you're in the water, and temperature when you're outside. I always find that a bit weird. Usually you look outside the building and things are fine, but then you actually get outside and it looks horrific. It's like, whoa, I can't see a thing. I think that's just in the steam bank over there. So I think there's something over there. It'd probably make more sense to come back out when it's a bit clearer to see things. I'm just curious to see if there's anything else I might have missed, because there's like some sort of pad over there. I just want to see if there's anything interesting being left behind. Yeah, it's difficult to tell what that is. Because it looks like it's some sort of like a hatch that would open up, or something that for a rocket system to land on or something.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Okay, well I'm not seeing anything particularly else, although to be honest it is getting dark anyway. So we're just going to head back into Phi Robotics Center. Oh, I got stuck on a rock. Right, so we're inside, so I like that the way that you can actually see how she's getting cooled, and you see like a little freezing going on outside in your vision. So there you go, Phi Robotics Center. Oh, can't scan that. Right, let's have a look around and see. I must admit, I am puzzled because this place is just completely trashed. I mean, it's a cave, and yet the area is totally trashed. I mean, it doesn't look as though you've had like a cave in, but it's a bit weird that. So unfortunately, we can't actually scan the forklift truck. That would have been useful. But we can scan this hoverpad. So let's see if it wants more than one fragment. No, it doesn't. So just by scanning that alone, that gives us the blueprint to be able to make a hoverpad.
New blueprint synthesized.
With that, you can then make the Snowfox. So that's more for getting around on the surface. That's a useful little craft for getting around. Ooh, getting stuck on things. So, not seeing anything out back. But what I can do is I can scan this large room fragment. So this is it's a much bigger room than the typical sort of like little cylindrical multi-purpose room. So that's given us a blueprint for that. As well as for a partition you can put in, but I'm not getting anything for like the stairwells or anything. Right, so we'll have a bit of a poke. Oh, well. That's cool. We even get to see our shadow. Right, so we'll have a bit of a poke around, see what we can find. So, if I head over to this, and we can head over to into the base, into the center itself. But if we head up to here, oh, got some water. Oh, and some fiber mesh, but my inventory is full. Right, well that takes up a lot of room, so I'll use up that. So that's not bad. Now that is blocking the way. You can see there's a cave there behind, but I can't get in because that thing's just blocking the path, so I'm going to need something to clear the path. But out here you can see, yeah, this is like remnants of the architects. It's an architect teleporter. Nope, nothing to scan there. So if you look at what it tells you about the architect teleporter, hopefully. There. So it says there's a primary and there's a secondary, basically. So it looks like this is the secondary because it says you need to activate the primary, and then that'll set up a teleportation tunnel, if you will, kind of like a wormhole, I'd imagine. It comes back to the secondary. So we can't activate this. There's nothing here to activate this. So there is another gate somewhere else on the planet, but we haven't found it yet. So we can't really do much with that other than scan it. Boo-hoo! Right, so let's have a bit of a look up here. Anything lying around? Yeah. Oh, something down here. More fiber mesh. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the fact there's things over here I'll probably want to pick up, but I can't because my inventory is going to get full. It's like, yeah, I should have thought about that. Grab another. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll drop. I don't really need that, to be honest. All that. Take another water. Gives me a bit of room. Right. So nothing so far. There's something. Looks like just a little room in there, like a storage room, but we can't get access to it. Anything here? More fiber mesh. Oh, I'll just leave that. Oh, this alone is a good enough reason to come here, because now we can recharge power cells. Because we've got an actual battery charger. We don't have a power cell charger, so that means that when the actual power starts running out on the actual sea truck, I'm going to have to actually make 2 batteries to create a new power cell. Whereas now, by building that, I'll be able to actually recharge any power cells for the sea truck. They're interesting. That's something we don't have, because these were like radio antennas, radios that we could use in Subnautica, but we don't have them on Subnautica Below Zero. Can't scan that. Don't particularly need an actual flask. We can't scan the heater either, which is interesting. But I can actually scan a counter. Whoop-de-doo. So now we can make our own counters. So this is the kitchen. Oh, you have to have a poster, right? So who's this? Oh, that's from Sam.
Hey guys, I'm so glad you're here.
Where else would I be? Like I'd miss Fred being exposed as the alien intruder.
That's not gonna happen.
But you didn't say you were not the intruder.
No, not this argument again. I beg you.
I think the game will settle this debate.
So, I just want to ask you something quick before Zeta gets back and we start playing. It's about the cavern with the frozen Leviathan. I investigated and...
You investigated? When? I didn't see you.
Maybe you were asleep or busy doodling inappropriate sea creatures.
Those drawings are art.
Anyway, I've looked into it, and I think we have reason to be concerned. It wasn't that long ago this planet was uninhabitable. But if we work together, we can get them to put an end to the Corral mutation experiments.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Samantha, you're paranoid.
Come on now. You're Sam out. She has our safety at heart.
And the rest of us don't?
Zeta!
Can we play the game now?
Fine.
Okay, so now they're just commenting on the fact that everybody knows about this this Leviathan, right? And it's in a cave somewhere.
Oh, you brought a friend.
Spy pengling in training. We're recording audio. Is that okay?
Of course. I have the photos you sent. What am I looking at here?
Corral pustules on the frozen Leviathan.
That's nothing to worry about in and of itself. It's well contained.
The ice samples suggest it's been frozen since the time of the outbreak. The strain made the planet uninhabitable. If it mutates,
Are you feeling unsafe?
very.
If I escalate this issue for you, will you feel comfortable enough to concentrate again? I have deadlines for the Snowfox and the mining bots coming up. I really need your focus on the penguins.
Oh, yeah. That's a relief, actually. I was expecting more of a fight.
Nothing is more important than our safety. I'll take care of it, okay?
Thanks. I won't let you down.
Thanks, Sam. Keep up the good work.
Okay, so that's our first clue, I should say. That's that Sam's...
Sam loved working here. She told me so.
Sam was obviously bothered about that Leviathan. Right, see what else is there.
Hey, Sam. Oh, hey there, pengling buddy.
Hi, Fred. What brings you this way?
I was just passing by. Lillian wanted a hand with a deep dive out in the bridges. You know, I think she's right. There is some weird stuff out there.
The clicking sound?
SOS. I heard it with my own ears.
So you think she's right? There's intelligent life down there?
I don't know. I'll leave that to you scientist types.
This scientist is more at home with these penglings. But if my sister was here, she'd be all over this.
Wait, are you telling me you're not the brains in the family?
Oh, my family has many different brains. Like
A hydra?
well... Oh, yeah, actually, I like that analogy. Makes it hard to get along sometimes, but it's never dull.
Right, so we've actually picked up some interesting fragments there. So we've got a fragment, well that's just going to get us titanium. Now that's interesting. Now I definitely want to scan that because that gives us a map of the actual glacial basin. So this is where we're at, which is Phi Robotics. So you can see there's something going on over there. There's a tower over there. They've got some sort of landing bay over there, which is interesting. So we came in around here because I remember coming in kind of like through there by the looks of it. There's something out over there. Must be something of interest over there because she's highlighted. It looks like she's kind of marked off little areas where the spy penglings have been maybe used, little areas or something, but that one's highlighted for some reason. It also makes me interested in that because that looks like a cave area. Well, there could be caves here, here and here. So that's good because we've now got a map. Right, so this is Zeta's, but this is Sam's room here. So we can scan her.
This must have been Sam's room. But something's not right.
Yeah, one thing I need something to eat. And I wanted that poster anyway. Right, so there's another PDA.
Hi, you. How's everything at Pengling Central?
Oh, fine. But I haven't heard anything since giving the footage to Zeta. It's been, what, a week?
Did she promise you a report?
No, but I expected some kind of reaction. Maybe I should take it up with Emmanuel. It is Kara, after all, and it could cause a lot of suffering if it got out.
And why would it get out? We have professional containment and know how to neutralize it in an emergency. Sam, I love you, but you don't know what you're talking about.
You love me? Wait, why do you know so much about this?
It's my area of research.
Why are you being evasive?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something, and then you have to drop this crusade you're on before you damage your career. We're researching the bacteria.
What kind of research are you doing?
I don't want you worrying about this. We are aware of the possible downsides, but they're far outweighed by the potential. That's as much as I can tell you. Sam.
I need to think. I have to go.
Aha, so that's what Altera got up to then. So they found that Leviathan, and it's infected by the Kara, and Altera obviously want to, well, take advantage of it. And Sam, well, she wasn't too chuffed about that. Definitely not pleased at all. So, I don't think it's much point scanning that, because I'm just going to get fragments. I mean, I'll just get the titanium back anyway. Salt. So
Combined with a frozen water source, water purification tablets can create drinkable water as you explore the snowy surface.
Yeah, so that's actually one of the reasons I picked up some snow, because with these, if you combine it with snow, you'll be able to get drinkable water, so that's really useful. Don't really need the titanium. So that's useful. And that's the reason what those vase plants are for. Okay, if we go over to the, like, what blueprints have we got now? So we've got the blueprint for the purification tablet, so that's the frost vase plant with salt. Combine those two, you get these purification tablets. Combine that with snow, and then you'll get water. So we've got our pathfinder tool, we've got our spy pengling, we also need a remote. I've picked up a fragment for a laser cutter. I've got one fragment for a snowfox as well. We've got a blueprint for the large room, plus the divider there. Oh, there's also a door that goes with it. Then we've got our blueprint for the actual hoverpad, plus a blueprint for the Powercell, plus a blueprint for Sam's bed, a picture frame, a fridge as well, which sounds interesting. It says that'll be, we can use that to prevent food from spoiling. So this is Zeta's room. So Zeta is, so she's the head of robotics. So Sam was complaining to Zeta about this Leviathan. And it doesn't sound as if anything got done about it, because obviously Altera do have an interest in this Leviathan learning about the coronavirus, because our previous playthrough, when you play Subnautica itself, the coronavirus was cured. And it was a case of, you know, the protagonist left the planet, and that was it. Kara was now cured. Whereas in this particular playthrough, we've got access to the actual Kara virus, or at least Altera did, and that could have serious consequences when you think about what the architects, the trouble they went to lock this entire planet down, to stop the actual virus spreading. Because at the time there was just no cure for it. So I'll have some water while we're at it. I think I've already got that. I think I picked that up over at Delta Station. That! Oh, definitely want that. So that's the blueprint for the cold suit.
New blueprint synthesized.
So let's have a look. So the cold suit, interestingly enough. So we'll get the actual suit itself, some gloves, and a helmet. And the trouble is, that's a good enough reason to pick up the fiber mesh. That's going to need 4 fiber mesh in total. But you need Snowstalker fur. It's like, whoa, okay. Right, so this is... Ooh, let's scan Zeta's bed. Why not? We'll have a look at that PDA. Nothing in particular. Never mind. I can get that poster. You also get a disc over here. Oh, that's quite cool. Got a disc for the jukebox. I don't think I haven't actually built a jukebox yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. I mean, we get the speakers from the jukebox anyway. Once you scan the jukebox, you get the speakers that go with it. Oh, battery. Cool. Nothing else. So, I mean, I'm pretty pleased. I mean, we've got some really useful stuff coming over here. I mean, we've got the Pathfinder tool, which is extremely useful, especially when you're doing a lot of underwater swimming and what have you. That cold suit, we definitely need to make that to be able to explore this area a lot better. So that's where the spy pengling will come in useful later on as well. That laser cutter with 1 fragments was, yeah, we still need quite a few more, but it's that Powercell recharger. That's a real big bonus, that. So, from what I can understand then, it's a case of, if you go by the trailer, they actually found, well, Fred stumbled on this Leviathan, and we've now learned by coming here that Leviathan is infected by the Kara. It's been preserved in ice, and it's infected by the Kara. And yeah, Altera were trying to, well, study the virus, and who knows what they were planning to do with it. I must admit, I'm a bit puzzled as to what on earth happened to this place, because it's just literally trashed, unless there's like earthquakes or something, tremors or something. I'm just a bit puzzled as to what happened to this place, because I get the impression that they abandoned this place. I think they shut it down and moved everybody out to Outpost Zero, presumably because of that coronavirus or whatever it is. Sam was trying to get Altera to shut the process down. She wasn't comfortable about the risks and what have you of that virus. But doesn't sound like top brass were all that concerned. They were much more interested in the potential uses of Kara. And it's a case of, yeah. So, where do we go from here? I think she mentioned a cave, which if we go by the map means it's somewhere nearby. Glacial basin. That's just a picture of the spy penguin. So there's somewhere she mentioned. These are our personal logs, but there was somewhere along the way I heard this notice about this coronavirus, and it's somewhere nearby. It's in this cave. So if we go by the glacial basin, it'll be a case of exploring this area a lot more. The only trouble is, we're not kitted out. We don't have the facilities, because we need to find out how to make that cold suit by the looks of it. Because I'm just going to go outside, see what the weather's like. I mean, it looks okay outside, but let's go outside and see if that's the case. Yeah, it's not too bad. And the weather does get a lot worse.
Weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Straight up, she's warning about the weather. Oh wow, I'm starting to panic now. No, I'm stuck on a rock and I'm not going to get out. So yeah, our temperature is dropping. So until we make that cold suit, it's not really worthwhile exploring too far. So it's a case of probably want to make the spy pengling, because that thing can pick up things, and as it turns out, that's how we can actually get the fur from an actual snow stalker. And then once we've got our cold suit, I mean, it doesn't look too difficult to make, because I just mentioned fiber mesh and fiber mesh and snow stalker fur. Now the spy pengling on the other hand, I'm actually going to pin these while I'm at it, because I need to be able to control this spy pengling. We'll then want to make that. Definitely want to make that Powercell recharger as well back at base. And down here somewhere. There it is. So those aren't too difficult to make, so I'm going to have to head back to base, because the sea truck that I've got, it's just the cabin, it's just the sea truck itself. So it's going to be a case of going back to base, making a spy pengling. I may as well make that Powercell recharger out of that. And then we'll have to come back here to be able to find out where the actual snow stalkers are, so we can then actually get the fur. and then we'll be able to make a cold suit and be able to explore this place a lot more. Because somewhere out here on this map, if you will, there's a cave that's got, well, it's got that Leviathan in it. Well, that's all for another episode.